Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let me know if you can see me, if I look clear, because I'm working with a different Wi-Fi. Good morning. Hi, Theodore Linda. I see you already there. I miss you, Theodore Linda. I don't know where you've been, but I'm glad you're back. Welcome to Success My Way Coaching with Lakisha. That's me. I am your life coach and destiny cheer captain. And this platform is used to talk to you about the 12 areas of your life that I actually coach people in. So today, we are going to be talking about mindfulness therapy. Now, before we get started, I just want to let you know where I've been because I haven't been on here. I think I skipped like one or two Saturdays. I don't know. But I had to travel for work. I was in Denver. First of all, if you live in Denver, totally gorge. The mountains, the skyline. I woke up every morning when I was in Denver just to look at the mountains. It was just so amazing. So shout out to all of my viewers who live in Denver. But yeah, I had to travel, and then what happened was I was supposed to be on here last Saturday, but then my what I didn't know in Denver is that if it storms, they don't cancel flights or delay flights. But if it's lightning, they shut it down. So that's what happened. I was supposed to be back earlier than I was, but I had to actually stay an extra night because my plane was delayed to the point where I would be in the airport for hours. So I had the means to stay another day. So I just stayed another day, which caused me not to get on here. So I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I mean, some things I can't control. But I'm glad to be back. Let me know you're here. Good morning. You're in the chat. I'm so glad to be back. It is summertime. I hope you are enjoying the summer, the warmth. I hope you are setting aside time for rest and time with your family. Yeah. So, just a couple of housekeeping things before we get started talking about mindfulness therapy, which I do want to first state the claim that I am not a therapist. I am not a licensed therapist. I am a life coach. So I am going to be talking to you about this, but this is for entertainment and information purposes only. If you need a therapist, I encourage you 150% go get a therapist. Go get a therapist. But I'm a life coach. That means I want to cheer you on to your destiny. And I want to give you all the tools I have within my being. I'm going to give you all those tools so you can be successful in your life. And so we're going to be talking about mindfulness therapy, but I wanted to make that disclaimer that I am not a doctor. If you feel like you need therapy or a doctor, please seek them out immediately in your own vice. But I am a life coach. That means I can still talk about things that have to do with your life because my goal is to get you from where you are to where you need to be. Come on, y'all. Come on. All right. Now I see people coming in the chat. Good morning, Judy. Good morning, Tanya. Tanya, are you still out of town? Thank you for watching from another state. That's awesome. So thank you so much, everybody, for coming on in the room. Remember, still available on Amazon is my book, Try Success, It Won't Bite. So don't forget this book. This book, I call it a little life coach in a book. And I have to share, like I'm so elated. Actually, this past Tuesday, Wednesday. And I think it was Wednesday. I was a guest speaker at a scholarship program, and it was so wonderful. It was a couple of fine young people getting scholarships. And it was just amazing. And I was a guest speaker, and I just encourage, that's my thing. I encourage, I inspire. Hopefully, I did that. But what they did for me was encouraging and inspiring. What I didn't know is that they mailed each scholar my book. That was just such a pleasant surprise. I didn't know they were going to do that. So thank y'all for doing that. So that sparked me to say, hey, they gave it to scholars going to college, y'all. Come on. So please, if you haven't gotten this book, or children going to college. This is a great book for anybody transitioning. If you know anybody who's about to retire, who's about to go to college, who just graduated, who's starting a new job, Try Success It Won't Bite really helps with some key tools that you can use to transition. All right. Oh, yes, you're in North Carolina. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. I hope you had tons of fun. Sounds good. One more announcement I want to make is that I am making some changes to Success My Way, trying to meet the needs of my clients. So I'm just going to let you know the reason why I'm making changes to Success My Way coaching is because we're in a different phase. I try to move with society and my clients and what they need. And, during the pandemic, we were all locked down in our houses. So virtual things were the thing, right? Because you couldn't do anything else. But now people are getting out. People are less inclined to sit for long periods of time on the computer. So I'm kind of shortening things up and then customizing things more. So one thing I am excited to share with you today, and please share this with family and friends who might be interested, is that I am developing a one-on-one personal coaching experience, a one-on-one personal coaching experience. And what this is a 2.5 hour time with me, one time, 2.5 hour time with me. And it starts with talking to you on the phone, getting an assessment of what you need, sending you assessments to take if necessary, and then having that little orientation so I can figure out how to customize your program that you need for 2.5 hours. It's one on one, so it's not group, it's one on one. And then during the 2.5 hours, we're going to get to know each other. We're going to do some mindfulness stuff. We're going to do activities in the house and outside of your house. So you need to be able to take your phone or your computer outside during this experience. And then we're going to do some targeted interactive activities and some just silent planning. Silent planning. So whatever you come to me with, so say you come to me, you say you want to lose weight, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about what your needs are. We'll craft some goals for you, and then you'll leave that experience with the plan. You'll leave that experience with the plan. So I'm also working with. I'm about to get some interns to put that all on the website and make it available. So I just wanted to share that with you. That is here. It's not on the website yet. So if you are interested, just DM me or call me if you have or text me if you have my number. But that is what I'm starting, that one-on-one personalized experience that's interactive, that's in your house, that's outside your house, that's custom and tailored to you. That is something that I am offering. So let me know if you are interested in that. I already shared this with a couple people, and a couple people are already interested. This is a good thing. So let me know if you're interested in that. Also, with Success My Way Academy, I'm still starting September 30th, but it's only going to be 3 weeks. So I took a 6-week course, condensing it into 3 weeks. So you won't have to spend all that time on the computer. So it's going to be definitely, if you thought it was intensive with 6 weeks, it's really going to be intensive with 3 weeks. So I'm still doing Success My Way Academy. It's just going to be shorter, more intense, just to fit the needs of people. So let me know what you think about that. Those are the two new things that I'm doing with Success My Way Coaching. I wanted to let you know. Please tell your friends, please tell your family, tell everybody out there that Success My Way Coaching got a couple new things going on. The last thing I want to share with you is our virtual summer camp. Shout out to everybody who came to our first day. So our first day of virtual summer camp was this past Thursday. It was so much fun. We did karaoke. We played games. The games were hilarious. One game was a little technical, but everybody worked it. I was surprised. Like everybody was just trying to do. We were trying to play Pictionary with the whiteboard. Anyway, it turned out really fun. So our next summer camp date is going to be in July. I may have to change the date because I'm traveling now on the date I set. So I'll let you know the new date, but it's going to be the same week. It's going to be the end of July, but it's going to be a crafting and coloring party. So, and I'm doing this summer camp just because as adults, we need to have fun during the summer and we need to just force quit. Sometimes we need to force quit and do something fun. So, I'm creating these force quit moments. So, shout out to everybody who came to karaoke and game night. Our next night is crafting and coloring. So if you have not joined, make sure you join on successmywaycoaching.com. And then on August 24th, we're going to be doing our last day of adult summer camp. We're going to be creating financial vision boards the Success My way. A little different than how everybody else do it, but we're going to be doing financial vision boards. And I feel like it's important in August to do that because we have um, holidays coming up, and usually during the fall there's a lot of activities, school starts, so we want to be thinking about our finances for that, for the season of fall. All right, so those are all of my announcements, so let's get to the topic at hand. um I don't know if this is going to be a full hour or not, but this month I had planned to do different types of therapy. I had planned to do dance therapy, music therapy, art therapy, but because I missed a couple Saturdays, I said, you know what? I'm just going to try to do an overall therapy thing so I can get it in because this month is about to be over. What? It's about to be, I think this the last, is this the last Saturday? I think this is the last Saturday. So I didn't get, oh, I didn't show my mug. That's my mug, y'all. Good morning, gorgeous. Hi, Tori. Good morning. So yes, so I'm gonna do mindfulness just because it's almost July, and like this was supposed to be like my whole series for June, but June is almost over. So okay, let's get started. So mindfulness therapy. So the first thing I want to start off with is talking about mindfulness because I think mindfulness, I've used it. I use mindfulness a lot, even for myself, but I think it's a buzzword. It's becoming a buzzword that's being kind of watered down in its intent and intensity. And I want to make sure that we don't do that, especially in the Success My Way community. Mindfulness is very powerful. And what happened with mindfulness is that mindfulness came to us by way of positive psychology. I did take a course in the science of happiness, which is about positive psychology. And this is where I first learned about mindfulness. And what happened over the years was like therapy latched onto mindfulness because of all the data. Therapy is scientific, and because of all the data around mindfulness showing that it works, now therapists are actually using mindfulness in their therapy, which is amazing. That is amazing. So I just wanted to put that out there that mindfulness is not a buzzword. It is something that is actually real, and it's something that therapists, that clinical therapists that go to school and get their degree and everything, they use it. So what is mindfulness? I'm just going to read to you something I found on the internet. It says mindfulness is being aware of the internal thoughts, feelings, and emotions and external environment and situations without automated response, without judgment, without stress, and things like that. Okay. So mindfulness is being present. And you always hear people say, well, I want to be present. But being present not only means you're aware of where you are and what you're doing, but you're doing it in a non-judgmental um, way that doesn't require an automatic response. This goes against what we encounter at our jobs. What we encounter at our jobs, people want us to think fast, think fast, think fast, think fast. And that's not what mindfulness is. Mindfulness is taking a pause, noticing what's happening with you, and then responding in a non-judgmental way. Okay, so I just wanted to clear that up because you may have, how many people on their jobs have people talking about mindfulness? I don't know if they're doing it right or wrong, but it's not a buzzword. It's not something we could just say, oh, sit down and breathe and meditate and thinking it's okay. Mindfulness is a whole nother level. It is more intricate, it is more complex, it is more detailed than sitting and breathing and meditate. Even though meditation is a tool for mindfulness. Now, I'm not dumbing down meditation because I do it all the time. It is a tool for mindfulness, but meditation is not all encompassing. I miss y'all. I missed y'all. Yeah, I have been gone. I've been traveling like crazy since March. Since March, I have been really on this traveling thing, honey. I'm trying to slow down. I'm trying to slow down. I gotta go somewhere again next week. I'm trying to slow down. And let me know in the chat if you have any questions. I always love to see you talk in the chat because that's why I go live. Y'all want to know why I go live? Like, because I like to listen to y'all and I like the real time conversation. So, if you have any thoughts or experiences with mindfulness, go ahead and put them in the chat. All right. All right. So, what is mindfulness therapy? Now we're going to get into mindfulness therapy. So, I told you about mindfulness, but what is mindfulness therapy? So, mindfulness therapy is like a type of talk therapy where you learn how to be more aware and reduce your automatic responses. It's a type of talk therapy which you learn how to be more aware and reduce automatic responses. So, I'm not a therapist, but talk therapy is something like, so you're depressed. How does that feel? Why do you say you're depressed? What are you feeling right now? And is that something that you would like to change or alter? Okay. And if you could change or alter the feeling of depression right now in this moment, what would your body say? What would that feel like? What would that sound like? So, you keep just going. So it's talk therapy like that. I was just doing that as an example of what, a therapist might do when they're using mindfulness in their practice. But it's the reduction of automatic response. When we are in those low vibrational frequency states, it's very hard to figure out what's happening with you. A lot of times people that are in a low vibrational state, if you ask them questions, they say, I don't know. Why are you depressed? I don't know. Why do you feel like you just want to sleep all the time? I don't know. So it is a state that feels like you're in a bottomless pit. So what mindfulness does is it brings it to the forefront in your senses, in your environment. How does your feet feel touching the ground right now? Like bringing your consciousness to back to the environment and into the state that you're in. So that's what mindfulness therapy is. And it says it identifies dysfunctional thoughts and shows you to choose different thoughts. So mindfulness therapy also is an acknowledgement that there's some thoughts that are not functional for you. Okay. So that it acknowledges that there's some thoughts that are not functional for you. And so it shows you, mindfulness therapy shows you how to choose different thoughts. Now, I thought this was fascinating because they use the word choose. They use the word you can choose. So I was thinking, and then I was watching, who knows Tony Robbins? Tony Robbins. He used to do this really, really popular, really expensive life coaching retreat called Date with Destiny back in the 80s. I think it was the 80s or 90s. Some of y'all might have went because a lot of people went to his thing. And that's where he had people walking on fire and stuff. Y'all remember that? I don't know if y'all remember seeing that on TV, but I do. I was like, oh, he got them walking on fire. Come on. Well, I watched a video where he was helping people who said they were depressed. And the video I watched was pretty fascinating because he told the people to get depressed. And so you would see them, they're hunched in. He said, I want you to get depressed right now. And he did it with a man and a lady. They were both white. I didn't see him do it with a person of color. There was two white people. But anyway, he said, I want you to get depressed. And you saw them just, what, the woman hunched over like this. And then the man, when he got depressed, he tilted his head. And you just, it was fascinating to see their whole body react to what their mind was thinking. So, aha moment number one for Lakisha is that your mind controls your body. Your mind controls your body. And what happens in your mind affects your body. So, mindfulness is like this mind body connection thing that we take advantage of because it's like it's automated in us. So even though he didn't tell the body to do anything, he just said, get depressed, and their whole body. So, what I want you to do as a mindfulness practice, y'all, is when you're feeling like you're in that pit, when you're feeling low, when you're feeling like life is too heavy, watch your body because your body reacts to it. Okay. And so for Tony Robbins, for Tony Robbins, his thought was, well, if you change your posture, you won't be depressed. So he proceeded to do things to change their posture. It was fascinating. He would like say like a joke that was like out of pocket. Like I can't even repeat the joke this man was saying because it was totally like it was back in the early 90s when they were saying stuff they can't say right now, they get canceled. Okay. It was one of them jokes. And he would say it and the person would start laughing, and when they laughed, you saw their body change. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Now they're not like this. They're actually out of it. And they're laughing at his joke, and getting them to talk. And they're talking about sex or whatever. And then he'll be like, how you feeling right now? You feeling depressed? And they'd be like, no. And then he'd be like, okay, get depressed. And they say, okay. And they do like this. And they got depressed again. So that goes back to this choose right here, what I just read. I just read it says, mindfulness therapy identifies dysfunctional thoughts and shows you how to choose different thoughts. So hear me out, y'all. Depression is complex, but there is a bit of choice, control, determination, action that goes with helping you to get up out of it. Nobody gets out of depression by doing nothing. Okay. Mindfulness is active and it's engaging and you participate. So I want you to also know that mindfulness is not just sitting still. Now, you can be actively still. You can be actively still, but I want you to get out of your head that mindfulness means I'm just going to sit here and erase my thoughts and not do anything. That's not mindfulness. Now, that is a level with a level of practice that is meditating. You can get in higher dimensions of meditative state. So I'm just teaching you the difference here, okay? Mindfulness is active. So I'm laughing, I'm being aware of my body. I'm I understand, I can articulate a feeling that I have. So that's another thing, y'all, is that mindfulness allows you to be aware of your emotional state too. Um, I go through depression sometimes, and what happens with me is how I know I'm going through it is that I notice My first thing is noticing. So, mindfulness is noticing. It is noticing when something is different from before. You know, you might say, I used to love, like a couple of weeks ago, I loved crocheting. Now I don't. I want to throw the crochet in the corner. Okay, that's not typical me. That's not typical me. Typically, I would love crocheting, but today I don't feel like doing it. Why? So that too is like noticing when the shift or something has happened with your emotions, and being aware of that is um is mindfulness as well. That's mindfulness as well. So I want you to understand that mindfulness is um, heightened awareness. Okay. Mindfulness is using your senses to understand where you are mentally, right? And emotionally. And the third thing about mindfulness is that it's non-judgmental and it's not automatic. So don't feel pressured to judge yourself and like, I should be doing this. I don't know why I'm not doing this. Like, why is this happening to me? Or you might say, I'm just I'm just no good. I'm never going to do that. These statements are judgmental. Okay. So being mindful is practicing owning how you're feeling, even if it's depression, and saying, it's okay. It's okay. Right. So it's a bit of practicing of grace for yourself too. I'm aware that I'm in this state and it is okay. And I am going to figure this out either by myself or with a therapist on how, or with a life coach, on how to use tools and strategies to come up out of it. Like even when you're in those dark places, there gotta be something in the back of your mind is saying, I want to come out of this. Because, therapists will ask you, they'll say, well, you're depressed. Do you want to stay there? Do you want to stay depressed? And most people will say no. Some might say, I don't care. But most people say no. So that's that little subconscious thing in the back of your mind that wants you to do something, but you may not know what to do. Um, the, the difference between mindfulness and meditation is that it involves that psychotherapy. Psychotherapy is different from just meditating. It's like a whole practice over and over again. It's not a one-stop shop. So mindfulness therapy is mindfulness coupled with psychotherapy. Um, and it includes like various techniques. Okay. So let's move on to what it can be used for. Like what can we use mindfulness therapy for? So there's many things that you can use mindfulness therapy for. Y'all, it's so many things that I couldn't even write them all down. It's fascinating how beautifully this works. So I already talked to you about depression. It could be used for depression, but it can also be used for these. I just wrote down some. I didn't write down all of them, but it could be used for self-confidence. It could be used for anxiety. It could be used for stress. Mindfulness therapy can be used for substance abuse. Wow, y'all, this is so powerful. Like, please don't allow anybody to minimize the power of mindfulness. This stuff works, y'all. It can be used for substance abuse. That's huge. High blood pressure. Who out there is high blood pressure? It can be used for high blood pressure. Look at if you are serious about your health. Health is not just exercising, y'all. It's not just exercising and it's not just eating healthy. I know that's what people be saying. People be saying, if I exercise and if I eat right, I'm be golden. No, you got to deal with this. The mental. You got to deal with this. The emotion. Okay. So it also says that mindfulness therapy helps with focus. Focus. It helps with anger management. It helps with fatigue. How many of y'all out there just tired all the time? It helps with, listen to this, y'all. It helps with cancer side effects. Come on. What? You mean to tell me mindfulness therapy helps with the side effects of cancer? My. Look how powerful this stuff is, y'all. Look how powerful this is. So, if you want to, I suggest that you study mindfulness therapy. I suggest that you study it. It's not going to hurt you. It's not going to hurt you to get on YouTube, get on Google, type in mindfulness therapy and see what it's all about. It's not going to hurt you to find some mindfulness practices and try to start practicing those things. It's not going to hurt you. According to this list, it can only help. It helps with fear and phobia. Do you have a phobia of something? Do you have a fear of something? It helps with that. It helps with chronic pain. It helps with chronic pain. And my guess is, this is Lakisha's guess, is that because mindfulness helps you with how you're feeling presently, it's not about, well, I feel like I'm going to be depressed forever. That's not helpful. It's about, how do you feel now? That you will have to make mindfulness a new part of your lifestyle. Okay. You are going to have to make mindfulness part of your lifestyle, the way you live. You're going to have to make mindfulness a part of who you are, because it deals with the present. It doesn't really concern itself with what's going to happen tomorrow. It's about how you're feeling today. So that means every day I need to do it because tomorrow I'm going to need mindfulness. And the next day I'm going to need mindfulness. And the next day I'm going to need mindfulness. So mindfulness helps you with living day to day. And it helps you to be aware of where you are at any given moment. Do you all know those gurus, like Deepak Chopra? Deepak, it's hard for me to say his name. And some other people, that's like Wayne Dyer, he's passed away. But there's some gurus out there that always talk about mindfulness, and it's on another dimensional level and all this stuff. But do you ever see them people anxious? I don't think I ever seen Deepak Chopra, is that his name? Anxious. I can tell that this man practices mindfulness every single day. It is his lifestyle. It is how he moves. That's a goal of mine. Like, one of my goals is to live like a monk life. Live a monk life. Yeah, I said it. I said monk. That's one of my goals. I want to live a life like a monk where I exude mindfulness and love and compassion. I want to live that life. And anybody who diminishes that or think that's corny or think that's impossible or think somebody's a goody two shoes, that's not my problem. That's their problem. But this is what I want to do. I want to live a monk life. And yet there's I'm still a Christian. There's Christian monks out there, y'all. By the way, y'all know it's Christian monks. I don't know if y'all knew that. But I want to live that monk life. So anyway, I found this fascinating statistic. This statistic says 1 in 5 Americans sought mental health help during the pandemic. Did y'all know that? 1 in 5 Americans. I don't know, I feel like something's on my glasses. Sorry, y'all. I wipe my glasses off. 1 in 5. I mean, that's almost everybody. sought mental health help during the pandemic. And I got news for you. They're still seeking it. What happened to us, y'all, during the pandemic? What happened to us? We got out of that rat race. Oh, that's much better. We got out of that rat race. We slowed down and we realized that life is more than just striving. I know I'm talking stuff y'all don't know what I'm talking about. Life is more than just striving. And a lot of us realized that during the pandemic. And some of us were doing things that made us very uncomfortable to be with ourselves. Mhm. And some of us were doing some things that made us realize that we actually are very comfortable with ourselves. So I think this crisis happened during the pandemic because one, God did not build us to be alone and isolated. That's not how we were built, made. That's not the human purpose. The human purpose is not to be isolated. And we were isolated. So we were going against nature, if in a sense. We were going against nature during the pandemic from the isolation. Um, and that caused us to have mental health issues. Also, shout out to this generation. What's this generation? What generation is this, y'all? Gen Z? Generation Z? Is this Z? Shout out to this generation because this generation made it okay for you to mentally say, I'm not okay. That didn't happen in my generation. I wish I would tell somebody I was depressed. I'd probably get slapped. Who from my generation? Ain't nobody paying no attention to that. But this generation said, wait a minute. I have trauma. I am not okay. And I'm going to say something about it. And I'm going to do something about it. Like this generation right here. Shout out to this generation right here. This is a much needed healing. Like if I think in my young age, if I, felt like this, like if society was okay with this, like I will be at a better place in my life, at least mentally and emotionally. But right now, I have to deal with the trauma from back then where my trauma was not addressed. So here I am as an adult dealing with the trauma that wasn't addressed as a child because nobody really wanted me to talk about it. This is a faux pas. What happens in this house stays in this house. All that stuff. All that stuff was just a mess. So shout out to you for just first of all being present with me. Because as you know, actively listening to me right now is mindfulness. Did you know that? So shout out to you for mindfully listening to me right now. And shout out to you for acknowledging and trying to figure out like how to better myself, how to make myself, you know, another form of mindfulness is self-talk in the moment. So I'm going to share with you one thing that I do um that really works for me is whenever I'm doing something that's hard, like exercise or something like that, I say I am the best version of me. So while I'm exercising, I'll say in my mind, I am the best version of me. Y'all, that statement is extremely powerful for my psyche. It causes me to keep exercising, to stay present in the moment. So I would suggest to you too, find a statement that you can latch on to and you can bring up at any time when you are feeling and you are aware that something is not right, or if you need to push yourself. So that statement helps me. I am the best version of myself. 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 When I say that, that is pretty powerful. And I'm not saying I will be the best version of myself. You see the difference? I'm not saying I will be. I say I am in this present moment right now. In the environment that I'm sitting or standing in, I am the best version of myself today. That's what mindfulness is about. So try not to say I will never or I will. Try not to say I will. Try to say I am. Try to say today. Try to say now. Now I am coming up out of this depression. Even if you don't feel it, just say it. Now I am being lifted up. Now I am exuding light. Say some now things. I am the best version of myself right now. Right now. I am the best version of myself. I'm wealthy. I'm wealthy right now. I'm wealthy right now. I'm healthy. I'm healthy right now. I have my full health right now, even if you don't feel it. Say what you need to say to continue on the journey of recovery, of bettering yourself. That's mindfulness, y'all. That's a mindfulness technique. All right, so I want to land this plane. I'm going to land this plane too, y'all. So I'm going to tell you there are 7 core attitudes of mindfulness. 7 core attitudes. So I don't know, Theodolinda, I don't know if you're still on here, but you can definitely put these in the chat. There are 7 core attitudes of mindfulness. And remember, I want to say mindfulness is not passive, it is active, it is involving, it is engaging, it is practice. You have to work at being mindful. Come on. That's something you got to work at. That does not come naturally. Okay. So here are the 7 core attitudes. You ready? Tori says, I'm loving this. Saying right now is powerful. Yes. Thank you, Tori. Thank you. 7 core attitudes. Number 1, mindfulness is non-judgmental. Number 1 is it's non-judgmental. Don't judge yourself. Don't be like, why am I doing this? Why am I acting like this? Lakisha, who are you to think that? Lakisha, you're never going to get well. You're never going to get wealthy. Lakisha, you're never going to get another job. Lakisha, you're never going to write a book. Change your attitude. Non-judgmental. Non-judgmental. I am healthy. I am wealthy. I am writing a book right now. It's in my head right now, but I'm writing it right now. Oh, I have a new job. I'm just waiting on them to call me, but I already got one. You see how my attitude changed, posture changed, everything changed. Okay? Non-judgmental. The second core attitude is patience. I love this one so much because it's the one I had the hardest time with. I'm going to be transparent. I'm not the most patient. I'm not the most patient turtle in the race. Okay? I'm not the most patient turtle in the race. But mindfulness forces you to say, you don't have to automatically respond. You don't. You don't have to give an answer. When somebody asks you a question, say, can I sit on that for a minute? Why you gotta answer the question right now? Because somebody asked you? You don't I learned that. I don't have to answer everybody's question. I don't. Especially if I'm not comfortable. I don't know what the answer is. I want to say, let me think about that. Patience. And then have patience with yourself. Patience with yourself is like grace. It's like, I'm patient with myself. It's okay to feel down right now because I'm going through a lot. I'm patient. I'm being patient with myself. And I'm just gonna take my time with this. And Lakisha, you don't have to jump up and do something every 5 minutes. Just slow down and be patient. Like that is powerful, y'all. Like that's something that I constantly work on because my personality is naturally impatient. So I constantly have to work on my patience. So patience is the second attitude. The third attitude of mindfulness is having a beginner's mind. I like this one. Having a beginner's mind. Having a beginner's mind. So just having the mind that I don't know everything. I don't know everything. And I shouldn't know everything. You might be like, man, I should know how to do this. I should know. I should have known. How many people say that? I should have known that. No, 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 no. Mindfulness is saying, oh, I'm learning. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, that's something I'm going to learn how to do. Okay, thanks for letting me know. Oh, that's something new. Okay. Beginner's mind. Beginner's mind. Not don't expect that you should know everything. That's very judgmental of yourself. That thinking you should know how to do everything is very judgmental of yourself on yourself. Okay. To have a beginner's mind. This I'm open to learning whatever. Everything is a lesson. My failure is a lesson. My fear is a lesson. My anxiety and depression is a lesson. But you shouldn't be like, "Oh, I shouldn't be depressed because I'm a life coach." No, no, and more no. That's incorrect. Have a beginner's mind and have patience with yourself and be non-judgmental. Number 4 is trust. Trust. So in mindfulness, you have to trust not only yourself, but trust the process. Trust the process that you don't have to think about the future and you don't have to ruminate on the past. Trust the process that the present is enough. The present is a gift. That's why they call it the present, because it's a gift. And what's a gift? A gift is a blessing. So your present state is a blessing. So here, trust yourself, trust the process. Start thinking about what you're grateful for. Start thinking about your blessings. Oh, I'm so grateful. I'm grateful for the fact that I woke up this morning. I am grateful for the car I got sitting outside. I am grateful that I am in a room with a comfortable temperature. I am grateful that I can see these beautiful trees outside. Like just practice trusting the present, okay? And trusting the process of the now. Number 5, non-striving. Non-striving. So this is something I had to work on too because in my generation, who's from my generation here? Who from my generation? In my generation, we were taught that thriving was the only way. Go, 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 go. Thrive, 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 thrive. Make sure you do this. Make sure you do that. Go, 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 go. Get this degree. Go to this school. Get this job. Have all these kids. Get all this money. Buy all these cars. Buy all these houses. Get into real estate. Drive by Watergate. I don't know. Yes, you know what I'm talking about, Jeanette. It is like we were. It was. Can I say that? How can I say this? I think when we grew up, our parents had come out of such a tumultuous generation that our parents were they didn't want us to go through the same thing they did. So out of fear, they told us thrive, to strive. Out of fear, they were like, you need to do this. I'm gonna put you out my house. Da, 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 da. Okay. It's like boom, 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 boom. And that's how I was raised. I don't know about you, but that's how I was raised. And like and I'm not even I'm not even gonna say I was raised like that by my family. I was raised like that by society. if that makes sense. Okay. Society raised a striver. Um, and people love to have strivers at work because strivers help people make money, right? But when you're practicing mindfulness, it's non-striving. So now I got to go against everything I was taught. I was taught to strive and do all the things. And now mindfulness is saying, wait a minute. Why are you striving? What's the purpose of your striving? Why do you think you have to do that? That's mindfulness saying, asking all these questions about striving. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Well, let me try to get to the root cause of the striving. I know in my case, like I grew up really poor. I was striving because I didn't want to be poor anymore. So when I started practicing mindfulness and getting close to God and praying, I realized that I'm never going to be poor again. So why am I striving again? So it's just like these mindfulness helps you to question that, right? It's non-striving. It's just be. That's mindfulness talking to you. Mindfulness is saying just be. You don't have to do anything else. Just be. When I am being, when I am it, I'm not striving for it. I'm already it. Come on. I can't strive for something that I already am. So mindfulness tells you that you are. You don't need to strive for it. You're already that thing. I don't need to strive for wealth. I'm already wealthy. I don't need to strive for love. I'm already loved. I don't need to strive for acceptance. I'm already accepted. Non-striving. You get it? That's what look at that power. It's a shift in how you think. Number 6 is acceptance. Acceptance. So that's self-explanatory. Mindfulness is about accepting the state that you're in, accepting how you're feeling, accepting your thoughts, accepting your environment. It's about accepting. That's number 6. And number 7 is one of my favorite attitudes of mindfulness. Number 7 is letting go. Just let it go. I'm feeling depressed. I can choose to be depressed or I can choose to let it go. Remember we talked about Tony Robbins earlier? I can choose to let it go. And that might be an affirmation you want to say to yourself. Let it go. Lakisha, just let it go. You know, a powerful exercise that I tell people to do is to write down how you're feeling. I'm feeling depressed, sad, da, 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 da. Take the paper, ball it up, light a fire to it, burn it. It symbolizes the letting go. Tie a rock to it, throw it in the ocean. These are symbols of letting go. Number 7, let it go. It's okay. Non-judgmental. Let it go. Let go of the trauma, let go of the hurt, let go of the pain, let go of the anxiety, let go of the fear. Let it go. Because sometimes we hold on to it because it's a security blanket, but it's okay. Let it go. This man says, his name is John Kabat-Zinn. John Kabat-Zinn. And he said this beautiful quote. I'm going to share this quote with you. The quote says, "You can't stop the waves, but you can learn to surf." I'm going to say that again. You can't stop the waves. The waves are going to come, the waves of life. This is life. You can't stop the waves. Life is going to hit you with some tsunamis, all kinds. Life going to hit you with that. But you can learn while those waves are happening, you can learn to surf. And the surfing is the use of mindfulness. Do you get it? You are so welcome. So, I wanted to share with you this book that I have been reading that has been really awesome. I wanted to share with you this book, and it's dirty because I keep it in my pocketbook. And this is by this man right here. I don't even know how to pronounce his name, but he was a monk. He actually passed away, but he wrote a lot of books. And this one is called The Mindfulness Survival Kit 5 Essential Practices. I got it off Amazon. Look how small it is. It can fit in the palm of my hand. Look at that, y'all. See? And I love this book. This book, it just changes my way of thinking. So I want to read this little part right here. It says, mindfulness can help us survive and thrive both as individuals and as human beings on this earth together. That's what that says. And so this book talks about 5 essential practices. So the 5 practices in this book are: number 1, reverence for life. Reverence for life. Isn't that beautiful? Number 2, true happiness. What is true happiness? Number 3 is true love. What is true love? Number 4 is deep listening and loving speech. Woo, I love that one. I felt that. Deep listening and loving speech. And number 5 is nourishment and healing. Nourishment and healing. So if you want to learn about these 5 essential practices, y'all, get this book. It's little. I read the whole thing in like 2 days. And I keep it, and I highlighted some stuff in here. Look, I was all over this book, taking notes, everything. This little book is so cute. The Mindfulness Survival Kit, 5 Essential Prices. If you got money, I don't know how much it's called. I think it was like $10 or something. Oh, thank you, Jen. Oh, thank you. So welcome, Janet. Can you repeat the name of the book? Yeah, it's called the Mindfulness Survival Kit, 5 Essential Practices by, I can't pronounce his name. I can't pronounce his name, y'all. Han. I think that's Han. Nat Han. Thich Nhat Han, I think. So he has written a lot of books, but this one was pretty easy. This is a picture of the guy. This is his face right here. See, she's so happy looking. And it said, let me read about him. It says, Thich Nhat Hanh is one of the best known Buddhist teachers in the world. His book including Happiness and Old Path White Clouds, have sold over 2 million copies in the US alone. He lives in Plum Village, his monastery in France, where he gardens, writes, and teaches on the art of mindful living. But he was alive. He's not alive anymore. I think he passed away. Because this book was written in 2014. So yeah, I think he just recently passed away. Okay. So I'm gonna read to y'all what the back of this book says. It says, the 5 precepts not to kill, steal, commit sexual misconduct, lie, or take in toxins are the Buddhist guidelines for living a happy, fulfilled, and ethical life. In this all new commentary on the 5 precepts, Zen master and peace activist Thich Nhat Hanh shows us how to apply these practices, which he calls the 5 mindfulness trainings. Look, he calls them the 5 mindfulness trainings in our daily lives. In our daily lives, each day. So again, mindfulness is active, it's practice, it's doing something every day. It's not just sitting there doing nothing. It is activity, okay? The Mindfulness Survival Kit is on Amazon. Yes. It's also an Audible. They're having a 2-for-1 sale. Oh, Thank you. Thank you, Theodolinda. I had no idea. Okay, yes. Get that book, y'all. It's great. All right. I gotta go. But y'all know what I'm about to say. It's Self-Love Saturday. What are y'all doing today? And it better be for you. Don't be doing that for nobody else today. If somebody wants you to do something for them, be like, it's Self-Love Saturday today. My life coach told me it's Self-Love Saturday. I can't do nothing for nobody but myself today. Today, I have the freedom to be selfless today, not selfish, selfless today, and give myself some love. Okay? So give yourself some love today. What are you gonna do today? What am I gonna do today? Oh, I got a lot to do though. I have a lot to do. What am I gonna do today? I don't know. It's not that sunny outside, so I'm not really motivated to do anything outside the house. So I don't know what I'm gonna do today. Um, oh, maybe I could do some YouTube videos. I'm backed up on YouTube, y'all. So y'all may see some videos or some lives coming out on my other channel. Um, Lakisha Loves to Plan. Make sure you are subscribed over there. Lakisha Loves to Plan. And that channel is growing fast. I appreciate y'all. Y'all making my channel over there grow fast. I got over 500 subscribers over there already. So Lakisha Loves to Plan. Go ahead on over there. And I may come on live or, oh, I got to come on because y'all, who's a planner on here? I just got this box from Happy Planner. That thing is bad. So I'm definitely going to unbox that on my other channels. So you want to get over there. Theodore Linda says, I'm going to the Caribbean Festival in Charlotte. Oh, I wish I was going with you, girl. Have fun. Tori said, I'm going to a glam expo. Ooh, Tori, you gonna get glammed up. Tell me what you find at the glam expo. That sounds fun. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. All right, y'all. Have a blessed Saturday. I will be on here next Saturday. I'm not traveling next Saturday. So I will be on here next Saturday. I got to think about my July series, but it will be something different. So thank you for your patience with me. You know, sometimes you plan stuff, it just don't work out. And guess what? I'm going to have grace and it's okay. So I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you soon, friends. Love you much and have a blessed and safe weekend. Bye.